Hello and welcome to this new Android development tutorial. This is part 4 on how to make a to-do list application for Android. In this video, we will learn how to customize the UI a little bit more and to add maybe more features and do some enhancements to our applications. Okay, so if we run the app on its current state, what we're gonna see is the following. We have a couple of tasks, we have a new task button, the clear task button. When we click on one task, we have the option to delete or not the task, and that's basically it. But now what we want to focus in this video is on the getView method of our adapter. Here we can have and modify our text view in lots of different ways. For example, what we can do here is, for example, we can change the background of the text view. We can do lots of things. One of them is changing the background color. So you can say text view that set background color, and what we're gonna do here will be change the color to something like to color that gray, maybe. Blue, black. So if we set it to gray, what we're gonna see is the following. So let's now run the application and check how it's behaving. And as you can see now, the text color, the background color is gray. But as you can see, we have these margins right here, which we may want to change this a bit. If we go to our item.xml, instead of margin, we can maybe just use the word padding. And now let's run it again and check how it looks. So let's see. And now the whole thing is as we want. Of course, we want maybe the text color to be a bit lighter, like white. So we can also say text view that set text color, and we're gonna set it to color that white. Okay, so if we run the app again, what we're gonna do is the following. We're gonna see this pattern right here. Okay, but let's add a new task. Let's add a hello 3, for example, hello 3, and add that task, as you can see. But you don't have to set it to all of them. You can set it just to one of them. In the case you want to set it to the odd numbers or the even numbers, we can do the following. Okay, we can do this. So you're gonna say if position modulus 2 equals 0, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this to this. And now we will also learn a bit more how this adapter works. So let's run this again and check what happens. And as you can see, we have these right here, but the text color on this one is not changed because the view is being reused. So maybe we have to do an else here. So else, we're gonna say text view that set background color. In this case, it will be color that white. Okay, we're gonna say text view set text color, and the color will be color dot black. Okay, oops, and so that the problem is that we are not getting this, we're not setting the text. So this set text should be outside these two else statements, if and else statements. So if we run the app again, we can see how this looks like. As you can see, hello 1, hello 2, hello 3. For hello 1 has text color white and the background color of gray. Hello 2 has text color black and background color white, and so on. But maybe we want to do something even more interesting. What if we want to do um, like, how can we say if something is important? Maybe if we write important at the beginning of the task, we can say, well, this is an important node. Okay, so maybe an important node will be set on red as the background color. Okay, so how can we do that? So we will create a string right here. We're gonna say final string cell content, and I will set these to text view that get text to string. Okay, so now we have the content. Now I'm gonna say if cell oops if cell content that starts with important. Okay, so if the cell content starts with important, what I want to do is I want to set the background color to red. So I'm gonna say text view that set background color that red. Okay, and I'll also set the text view the text color. So text view that set text color, I'll set it to black. Oops, color dot black. Okay, now we have these two things right here, but we want to use this an else as an else. So if this is true, we're gonna set it to the important thing. Else we will check if it's even, and else we will check if it's odd. Right, so now I'm gonna run this again and we will check how it behaves. Okay, now I have these guys right here, and if I click on new task and I say important and to that I mean a column, and then say take out the garbage. Okay, and I click on that task, it doesn't seem to be working because this method is not being called. So this method is being called when the view kind of it's refocused. So let's try to test that too. So if we pause the application and we resume it again, it is still not being called. So let me check if this important. So it's the same important that we have here. So it seems to be. So if we run the app again, let's check if now it maybe works or not. No, it's not working. Okay. So why it's not working? Well, I'm not really sure about this, but what I have to say here is maybe the get view when this is called, it still doesn't have a content. You know, maybe that's why. So what we were gonna do here, we're gonna check if when this method is being called, the cell content is or not there. So let's gonna do the following. We will use the log. So to use the log, we're gonna write log dot d. Okay, and of course we have to import the log class log.d, and this is my tag. I will call it just my tag, and here I will say I want to print the cell content. Okay, so I want to print the cell content, and now what I'll do is okay, I'm printing the cell content. Now I'll run this and I will open the logcat down here in the Android Studio IDE, and I will check about I will turn this, select debug, and as you can see we still don't have that cell content thing that we that we defined. I don't know why this is. Maybe it's because that method is called when we are scrolling. So let's create a bunch of more tasks to, as so when we create a new task, then it works. Then it's turned into a red background and all of that. Okay, so we have to figure out a better way of achieving this. Okay, and as you can see, we have here hello 1, hello 3, hello 2, hello 3. Important, take out the garbage. As you can see, these are the nodes we have. The problem is that the get view thing is called only when a new view is kind of created. So when this view is created, this is not being called. So what happens if, well, this get view is not being called when we want, right? So the only thing that we can use in a more reliable way is the position, as we were using the position right here. So let's gonna ditch for now this important thing. We can change it later, okay? But what we can do is we can create another array list that will contain the state of a cell. For example, the color, for example, these two parameters, the background color and the text color. How can we do that? Well, we can do it in the following way. The same way we have an array list right here, we can also create maybe an array list if we want, or maybe a string or an integer or something like that. Okay, so for example, if we're gonna say int array, so array of integers, background colors, okay, and I'll set these to sorry, so this is background colors, okay, and that will be set maybe inside a method or something like that. So let me check if I can say new int array of size something, right? But maybe I don't want to do that here. Maybe I want to initialize that inside the set data thing. So here we're gonna say background colors dot I'll say equals new int array, and the size will be list dot size. Okay, so this will be the new data of this thing, and now we have our new background colors right here, and we can start changing those colors if we want. Okay, doesn't really matter, but we can do that. Okay, but now we may want to also set the data and to pass a new data. For example, I want to pass an integer array that's called m background colors, okay? And inside here, after I've done this size thing, I can create a for loop to fill the array. So I can say for int I equals 0, okay, I less than list dot size, okay, I plus plus. And inside this for loop, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say background colors at I equals to m background colors at I, and this will loop and will fill the new array. Now when we set data, when we call this method, we have to call it with the new color. We also have to pass the colors, right? So right here, we're gonna do the following. So we're gonna create an integer array that will be called background colors, okay? And I won't set it to anything yet, but before I set data here, I will have to initialize that. Actually, before I read information, I have to initialize that. Maybe not though, maybe not. Maybe after I read information, okay. So read info will be set to will return me the kind of the size of the list, but in background colors I don't know how many integers I would need. For now, let's make a sort of assumption before the read info, okay? We can change these later, don't worry. So in background colors I can say new integer array, and the size I will define something here. I will define int colors count or something like that. No, not really. Maximum items. So max items. Oops. Max items. And I'll set these to maybe 100. So 100 tasks is a lot, right? You can change that if you want, but I'll set it to 100. And now I have these new background colors. Okay, so when I call set data, apart from passing the list, I also have to pass the background colors. Sorry, here when I'm creating these, I have to use the max items for better readability. Okay, so when I call set data, I also have to pass now two parameters. The first being the list and the other one being the background colors. Okay, but as you know, I do this many times, so I have to change it in all times I do that. So here I'm gonna also set background colors, and I'll check where else I'm calling set data, and line 87. So apart from list, I'll pass background colors, and I also have to keep checking where's the last place from where I am calling set data. So let's check. It's line 109. So, oh, and delete all tasks. And also have to say background colors. Okay, this is awesome. So now I have the ability to pass the color of the cell, the background color of the cell as I want. So just to show how this works, I will create a sort of a way of filling these background colors. Okay, so after we do this, after I initialize the background colors, I will set it to kind of arbitrary values. So I'm gonna create a for loop. I'm gonna say for int I equals 0, I less than max items I plus plus, and inside the for loop I'm gonna do the following: background colors. So first I'm gonna do some checks. For example, if I modulus 2 equals 0, which is if it's even, what I'm gonna say is background colors at I equals color that LT gray, which is light gray. And if it's not even, I'm gonna say background colors at I equals color that white. So what I'm saying here, so in this for loop, for the value of I, for each of the values of I, I'm checking if it's even, and in the case it's even, I'll set the background color of that cell to light gray and the background color of the other to white. Now how this is being interpreted on the adapter. We have to still fix that. So here, instead of checking these, we will delete this, and we're gonna say text view dot set background color, and we'll set it to background colors at position. As simple as that. Now I'm gonna run the application to check if it works. Okay. Okay, so I'm right here, and as you can see, the first one is light gray, then we have white, the third is light gray, the fourth is white, the fifth is light gray, which is awesome. But if we want to add, for example, 3 colors, not only 2, how can we do this? Well, we can do the following. We can divide these, instead of modulus 2, we're going to say modulus 3. So if modulus 3 equals 0, it's divisible by 3. Else if I modulus 3 equals 1, we're going to set it to white, and otherwise we're going to set it to another color, maybe background colors at I equals color dot, I don't know which color we can set this to, maybe to yellow. So let's go with yellow. Okay, so we have light gray, white, and yellow. Now I'm gonna run this and check if it works. And as you can see here, the first one is light gray, the second one is white, and the third is yellow. Okay? It's not a very strong yellow, but it's kind of a yellow, right? At least in my screen. So if I keep adding new tasks, this new task will be yellow. If I keep adding a new one, this new task will be light gray, and it keeps repeating. That pattern will keep repeating over and over again, right? So awesome. So that's how we can change the background color. But maybe we also want to change the text color. So how can we do that? So we're gonna first go here, and also I'm gonna say integer array. I'm gonna say text colors. Okay, text colors. So inside these, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do basically the same idea with background colors. So after I set background colors to new int max items, I'm gonna do the same for text colors. So I'm gonna say text colors equals new int max items, as you can see right here, and I can start changing the text colors accordingly. If the background color is light gray, okay, maybe I want to keep the text black. Yeah, I think it would make sense. But what if I want to change it to something else? So let's create here a forward option. Okay. So else if modulus 3 is equals 1, modulus 4 equals 1. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check it here. So I'm gonna say int what can I call this? Current color or something like that. Okay, and I'll set this to I modulus the number of colors. In this case, let's say I want to use 4 colors. Okay, so I'm gonna say here the first will be if current color is 0, I'll set this to light gray. Else if current color, so here if current color is 1, I'll set it to something else. Else if current color is 2, I'll set it to something else. And else, in this case 3, I'll have to set it to something else. For example, background colors at I, and I'll set these to color dot cyan maybe, right? And now we have that. But inside here, apart from setting the background color, we can also set the text color. So if it's light gray, maybe I want to set the text color to color that black, to color black. Oops, text color at I, sorry. So text colors at I will be set to color that black. Then text, if background color is white, maybe I want to set text color to gray. If I want, I'm just testing, so why not? So if text color that I will be set to color that gray. Okay, now if the background color is yellow, I can do something crazy maybe here. I can say text color, and I will set the text color to color that red maybe. So if the background is yellow, I'll set the text color to red. And if the background color is cyan, I'll maybe set the text color to, I don't know, maybe white. Will that work? Color that white. So now that we have these, in order for this to make effect on our application, what we have to do is we have to also call and pass the text colors to our method. So on set data, apart from receiving background colors, we're going to receive also the text color. So you're going to say integer array m text colors, okay? And we also have to create one here. So int m, actually just text colors, okay? And here we also have to allocate the memory for those. So I'm going to say text colors equals new integer array. It also be equal to list that size again. And here we also have to fill the text colors from inside the for loop. So we're going to say text colors at I equals to m text colors, oops, to m text colors at I. Okay, oops, what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's how we define this. And we also have to go to our getView method, and apart from setting the background color, I have to set text color. So you're gonna say textView that set text color, and I'll set this to text colors at position. Okay, so now we have to change the way we call the set data method. So for that, I press Ctrl and click on set data, and we have 4 usages, one in line 68, 80, 106, and 128. So we're going to change all of these. So apart from changing background colors, we have to also pass the text colors. Okay, if we keep searching for another way, another time we are calling this, we also have to set it to pass the text color. So we are 2 of 4. Here we have another one. We have to pass text colors. We're 3 out of 4. And lastly, here we also have to pass text colors. So this is basically how we pass multiple arguments in Java. So now we're gonna run the application to check if it works or not. So I'm running the app, and as you can see, I have a couple of different color schemes for my tasks. The first one being light gray background and black text color. The second one being white background and light gray text color. The third one being yellow background and red text color. The fourth one being cyan background and white text color, and so on. So it starts with the background like light gray, white, yellow, and then it goes to again to cyan. If I add another one, it should be cyan. So let's add this task, and as you can see, this is how we can improve a bit the UI. Of course, you can have custom colors too, but because of time and practicality, I'm just doing this with the kind of predefined colors. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I see you in the next one. Bye.